It's Starry. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a regular, welcome back. I am in the town of Whittemore, and despite what this sign here says dead end, this town is still around. It only has 497 people. It was founded in 1878 and plotted to be here hoping that the railroad would run this way. And when it was named after a Milwaukee train engineer by the name of Don Whittemore. But despite Time magazine running an article and including this town with photos talking about the dying towns of the American Midwest, it's persevered. I'm on the south side of town. And there is the sign for the Catholic Church. This is school. They've had a school here in Whittemore for the tied with the Catholic Church since its incarnation. Catholic Church is St. Michael's, and over on this side we have the community center with a fairly large building, a baseball diamond, a tot lot playground, and a veterans memorial. So let's move across the street and see what we can find. You can see the playground area, a baseball diamond, 3 people. Well, I suppose I should consider the 3 of you loyal watchers. Oh. We'll see who else shows up as time goes on. The community center has on the side a very long colonial flag, a rock with a purple W, which I assume is for Whittemore, and these little brown stands look like they are meant for horseshoe, where you would toss your horseshoe down to the other end and see how close you can get to being a ringer. In addition to this Veterans Memorial on the west end of town, you have next to the American Legion the ever-growing popular Veterans Freedom Rock, and that forms another Veterans Memorial. Now that I'm in the shade, let's see who is here. Adzi 156 was here first, and Dana Reed checked in. Runa International will not be interacting, but will be watching on television. Not uncommon, because Rune is often working. I don't know if he's working today or just relaxing in front of the television. James Randolph, Tom Kingery. Yes, it is a very beautiful day. We're near the day's high, which is 27 degrees Celsius or 80 degrees Fahrenheit. There's a light breeze, so it is certainly a beautiful day weather-wise. Pop's magnet fishing is in the house, almost far away. Who's greeting several people. Grumpy Feller and Starika are all here. I don't know if those were ever functional cannons, but they're part of the display, including the empty boots and a gun turned into them, and a helmet dedicated to the men and women, past and present, of our armed forces. Thanks for your service, your sacrifice, our freedom. And then this is names of everyone, I am guessing, who has served in the armed forces from this town. And there's our final figure, which actually has a name tag on it, so I wonder if it's for a particular woman in mind, because it says young on it. And there is the sign for the park that's attached to the community center and calls it Noah's Park. $260 guns. You certainly do a lot of magnet fishing in a gun dumping ground. I've done plenty of magnet fishing and has never seen any sort of gun. APP Variety Channel. Thank you for joining in. You can go ahead and drive the car somewhere else if you want. Okay, I'm heading that way. You can see some of the older architecture in town here. Don't normally show private residences on my videos, but though needing some second story care, it's in pretty good shape for being over 100 years old. Kenneth Bird is here. Thank you for joining in. As I said, this town was formed in 1878. The 1880 census had it just shy of 200 people, but by 1890 it was sitting around 500. By the 1970s it made it up to around 700 and then declined back to around 500. So seems to be a natural resting place. Amanda's Adventures has joined us. Today would have been a waste not to be out looking around. There's another very old Victorian house. Siding in the upper stories are looking a little rough, but the lawn is taken care of, so I assume we have owners that take care of the house. As you can tell, with a town of 500 people, south side to the center where the main street is doesn't take very long. there is their water tower. Baby blue paint with Whittemore in white. And Wondering with Watto is here. Wondering with Watto put out a video today, and that is amongst my things to catch up on. Alleyway running behind. This is their public library with buddy benches outside. Not exactly sure what a buddy bench is, but let's see what kind of hours they have on their library. They're open every day but Sunday. That's pretty good for a small town. Town is either had some inside information as to where the railroad was going when they plotted, or got a lot more lucky than, say, Rolf did. There is the Heritage Corner with the town motto, proud of our past, excited about our future. Hello. Get a clearer view of the water tower. The community sign providing information about what's going on. Despite being a town of only 500 people, they do have a convenience store and a gas station in town, which is something a lot of towns of this size wish they had. We can see the grain elevators down the railroad, and we'll see those again on the other side of the downtown. We have the rail running into town and splits up there so that you have a line that runs close to where the elevators are, and then we'll rejoin with the main. It looks like you have something kind of bridge that runs over the tracks down there. Probably a little out of my range of things to do today. I have the town car wash and Whittemore first responders with fire and EMT. Further down the road there is where the community swimming pool is. Right over there, the building that we crossed in front of when we were headed north is the city hall, and it says fire department, but I'm guessing it's probably out of date as that said fire department and is a newer building. Blistering Barnacles is here. Oh, and the building we just walked by is a municipal light and power built in 1915. Fortunately for you, the iPhone tends to dampen the lights because it's very bright out here. There's not a cloud anywhere in the sky. Town clock here is not showing the correct time. A nice garden and sitting area outside of a business here called the Rustic Station. Times Square, dedicated June 28th, 2003, with grateful recognition to the generosity of the following people. Time is too slow for those who wait, too swift for those who fear, too long for those who grieve, too short for those who rejoice. But those who love, time is eternity. They have a hardware store across the corner there, handling electrical, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. A business center. Pritchard's dining room, which I assume is a cafe. This looks as though it is a bar. And then you have an auto body shop. A couple empty businesses. Another empty business right next to me here. 3 doors down. Liquor. Looks like somebody's campaign headquarters with the red, white, and blue bunting. Stuart Simonson Army. Not sure. We'll get the close-up on that side when we walk back on that side. So, looks as though our auto dealership is closed. Oh, and mentioning how pleasant the day is, this town also has 3 bars of cell signals. So unlike 2 weeks ago when I tried to walk the trail outside of the little town, kept getting cut off because of how poor the signal was. This place does really well for cell signal. Can't really look inside the closed auto dealership as they have everything masked, as you can see. But it looks like the auto dealership's been closed for a while. Mayor's video is here. Too much of a glare to see anything, even though these windows to their automotive bay is at least unblinded. Maybe a different window. Buddy Biggs Adventures is here, and so is Johnny Smallpepper. up to 18 people. There is the older of the two grain elevators and the newer of the two. And dealership is closed, but this equipment looks newer, so maybe they're still using the garage. Hard to really tell in there. Digging with D just arrived. If I have missed you, I am sorry. The iPhone screen can somewhat be read in the daylight, but getting into the shadow makes it easier. Emily Blessings is here. I am thanking all of you for taking time out of your day to join me on this walking excursion through Whittemore. The county road you use to get here is right on the near the county line, such that on the east side of the county road you are in Kossuth, which is where Whittemore is, but if you continued south on the county road, you'd end up in West Bend, which is in Palo Alto. So I don't think this loading dock has been used in a while. Just a hunch. The building over there is called AI Processors, which I do not think is artificial intelligence. And has a sign Balchem, which is the same sign this place has, and says Albion Ingredient Processors. When we were down by the community center, yeah, I'm casually rolling down, walking across the street, because as you can see, I mentioned they had a Freedom Rock here, right next to the American Legion. There is their local American Legion. Here is the location of where I took the picture for the thumbnail, which is their Purple Heart Garden. And then they have the walkway painted purple and in the shape of a ribbon that goes around the rock. And there is all the contributors who helped to pay for Never So Much Owed by So Many to So Few, Winston Churchill. And then they have paintings around the edge, recognizing all the U.S. Armed Services. Mark the Berg Hunters in the house, as is Moon Over Miami. As there is a bench here, I think I'm going to sit down and I can catch up on the chat. Gallivanting Galantes is here. North Coast Railroad. I cannot make moderators as I am strictly on StreamYard at the moment, but I will go through this later and give you go through and make certain we're all caught up with moderators, make certain you get to check each other out. Adventures in Michigan with Lisa is in the house. Harold Elbert family donated that bench, and there was a Gold Star mother that donated that bench. Or was donated for her, I'm not sure which. And we have the Welcome to Cassuth County's Freedom Rock, Whittemore, Iowa, established July 3rd, 2015. So this is a fairly recent addition from 8 years ago. As far as I know, town I used to live in down in Greenfield in Adair County, I think Adair County had the first Freedom Rock in Iowa, and the artist would repaint that rock once a year with a different image. And then he became famous enough that he was able to get paid to come to various communities and start painting Freedom Rocks. So. Tin TV is in the house. Johnny Smallpepper says the purple sidewalks would highlight my ghost white skin tone. This is the AI processor with all visitors must register at main office. And I got a whole bunch of likes and shares and flames. Guessing this is city recycling. That's about what a recycling bin looks like. So, and before you could not see up above on the dealership, we can see a Chevy symbol. So we now know it's a Chevy dealer that is closed. And here's our signage, and we've been to everything. Sames Park is actually out of town, and we have not been to St. Paul's, which, to my knowledge, is probably a Missouri Synod Lutheran Church, wherever it is down that way. Learn anything interesting?
Something interesting.
And that is flying in the door of what looks like a beauty salon, I'm guessing. Here is the U.S. Post Office. I will not go inside of the U.S. Post Office because whenever I have in the past, it has completely cut off my signal. But they have some post office boxes and then a regular office. And they are actually open 6 days a week. Emmitsburg is not even open on Saturdays, but that's only 8 in the morning to 9:15 in the morning, so it's not like they're open a whole long time on Saturday. Thank you, Tin TV. We have Supplies and More, which is craft items, gifts, souvenirs, and office supplies. It's just their open foyer, and they're only open Monday through Thursday. Everyone seems to close for lunch in this town based on the signs I've seen. We passed the bank on the other side on our walk down that side of the street. And this looks like there's no sign of signage and the window's all blocked up. So I'm guessing it's another closed business. Now that I moved back a little bit, the bunting and everything was not part of a political campaign office, but Supplies and More. Alan's Castaways is here. Pretty sure you probably don't have a wrench, so I'll need to do that. And we're out in front of his 3 Doors Down liquor. Linguinum Opus, fine woodworking. BC Treasure Trails is in the house. And we're outside of Pitcher's Dining Room. Their sign is highlighting shakes and smoothies, but they are closed right now, and I don't see hours posted, so I'm not sure when they're open. From model railway size to full-size rail crossing. I'd say I found the local antique store. And it looks like a really nice one in there. May have to come back while they're open. And that is our downtown. All in all, it's a peaceful little town, but enough of the downtown still open that it's providing jobs for people, and looks like it makes a nice little town. American Woodland Relics. Boy, I'm sorry about not being able to say your channel name, Paul, despite how easy a name it is. town I grew up in is Ida Grove, and about 30 miles south of that is a town called Denison, which I think is about maybe 10,000 people, and it has at least a dozen huge antique stores. The man that was my uh, school counselor when I was in high school operates one of them, and his is second story, first story, and basement, full basement. So yeah. I'm gonna roll back through chat and see if there's anyone I am missing. I don't see anyone. According to the Wikipedia article, outside of the Catholic school here in town, the kids all get bused up to Algona, which is about a 20-minute ride there in the morning and a 20-minute back in the afternoon. So that add to your day. Well, I haven't seen a whole lot of people, so it's not surprising we haven't seen any pets. I'm sure they're out here. And I've seen more people getting around in town with golf carts than I have cars or trucks. So I haven't been to Humboldt in ages. Last time I was there, I was working for my dad's plumbing shop, and I was on the roof of their hospital painting all the natural gas lines a certain color. I don't remember what the color code was. AP says, sorry, you're the only one out there except for the herd of zombies coming your way. Well, I just saw a guy riding his motorcycle and he didn't seem too concerned, but maybe he's unaware of them as well. Problem with only using your phone, you accidentally highlight people's comments without intending to. Not that I got any problem with your comment, it's just, well, you know. Don't think I've said hello to Kane, but I think I have covered everything in town other than hiking up to the swimming pool. So the thing about small towns is you run out of them. Pocket Women is here all the way from Australia. Make sure you say hello to everybody. If your channel has that blue wrench, you can click on any channel and choose Go To Channel to go check out their channel. It's an excellent chance to go meet new people because I don't think everybody here knows each other, but it's getting more and more like that. We've been at this for 40 minutes. I know if I really want to get my hours up, I'm only sitting at about 1,500 hours. I should be doing those really long lives, but I run out of things to say. And in this case, I ran out of towns to show you. I have a feeling, yes, it's Sunday. People are enjoying the day before back to work on Monday. You got that right. I have a feeling, though, if I had been at my original Sunday live time, which is at 8 a.m., this town had been even quieter. So I will have a live on Wednesday. It'll be 3:30 my time, which will be 9:30 at night in the UK, and all sorts of obnoxious times. Did you have a Rick collection? Rock collection. I had a small rock collection growing up. A lot of it donated to me by my uncle who lived in Arizona. And Ellen's Castaways loves the sound of a Harley. Wednesday, I will have a mail call. I will have that posted up as a live probably tomorrow or later today or tomorrow, and that'll be Wednesday, 3:30 my time, 9:30 at night in the UK, which I'll cover any mail I get. If I don't get any mail, I will still have the live, and I'll start covering the wooden nickels somebody donated to me while I was on vacation in Canada. So, and then there will be another live here on Sunday afternoon in 2 weeks. I don't know yet what I'm going to be doing, but I'll be there doing something, exploring some part of small town Iowa. Pocket Woman will be doing a shout out video today for Lock Sport. I started out shout out Monday for Lock Sport when I was going through some difficult times with my father's death. Pocket Woman picked up the mantle and started doing shout out Mondays. And then she's back to doing them alone, as I still haven't heard anything at all from YouTube as to what happened to my Starry Lock channel. Well, American Woodland Relic Trace. I pick up an odd looking rock from each state they visit. It's probably a good practice, a good way to remember, have memories tied to them. Take care, everyone, and I will see you soon.